All right, so before we get started, I just wanted to come on here and show you what I look like as a person who lost 200 pounds. All right, so now that you all have seen that, because I'm sure you all were pretty curious about what I look like now that I have lost over 200 pounds. But I want to talk about a few different things on this particular video, right? I feel like we're reaching a pivotal point. And if you're still rocking with me, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, right? But something that I wanted to talk about is some of the unspoken pain that comes with being 350 pounds and being severely overweight and obese. I don't know why I keep saying obese. I think I'm trying to mix overweight and obese together. But you know what? I think I'm going to create a new word, obese. Um, but anyway, getting back to the topic, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that I encountered. And having to have thick skin is something that I had to learn very early on. It was not fun when I say it was growing up being overweight, right? Um, you feel like you were never picked, right? And when I say picked, growing up being the big girl, there were people who might have liked you, but people didn't really like you, or they did like you. They were embarrassed to like you because you were the big girl. And which I think people did like bigger women back then, and they still do now, but it would almost be closeted, like they were embarrassed to say that they like you, feeling like you were never picked in certain regards because you didn't fit in with everybody else. You couldn't really participate in the things that everybody else did, like I said in the last video, such as getting on roller coasters. Your clothes didn't fit how you wanted them to. And I think one of the things that I would always do is I would put layers and layers of clothes on because I felt like it would make me look smaller. And unless you've been that size, you won't quite understand what I mean. But I felt like, it could be the summertime. I would have on a shirt, another shirt, and a jacket to hide. And they're sweating like a rotisserie chicken, like a seafood boil. All because I felt like it would make me appear or look smaller. Whole time looking like a can of busted biscuits. Whole time. But these were some of the things that I did. Being embarrassed to eat in front of people because I felt like people always thought that I ate significantly more. Or even when I did eat, people would try to take my portions down to almost non-existent because they felt like, hell, she already big, but she needs some more extra food for. And it wasn't even extra, but it was like a regular portion. Sometimes I would get less than that because people would say, well, you big anyway. Some of the things that I also encountered was, I'll just say, even when it came to my body, I felt like I was a shell of myself, right? I felt like I was existing in my shell, but I wasn't living. I was limited to a lot of different things that I wanted to do. I couldn't move how I wanted to move. I wasn't as quick as I wanted to be. Dealing with, sometimes I would get boils in between my thighs because they would be rubbing together. And I would have to put baby powder in between my thighs just to make sure that my legs weren't chafing. And this is one of the things that propelled me, some of the things that propelled me to get on a weight loss journey and to lose the weight, right? Because people always say that self-esteem is synonymous with weight loss or weight, and the two aren't the same, which is why I hate when people say, oh, you're cute for a big girl, oh, in relation to somebody who's bigger, oh, you're so confident, and oh, you're so this, or you're so pretty for this. Why can't I just be pretty? You get what I'm saying? These are things that I would constantly always think about. I just was not comfortable in my body. I felt, it's kind of now that I'm thinking about it now because I'm smaller, it's kind of like having on a heavy suit or a weighted jacket all over your body. And I would say when you don't know any better, you don't do better because you don't know better. And now that I'm this small, there's nothing that you could do to make me ever want to get that size again, which is why a lot of women and men who tend to be bigger, you have to kind of be comfortable in the skin that you're in where you're at. But also I feel like if a lot of people knew how they would felt if a lot of people knew how they felt or would feel at a smaller size, or if they knew what their bodies could look like at a smaller size, they would never pick and choose to be big. I'm not pro, and I don't know what sort of looking for, pro obesity or pro, like I am one of those people who believe in, I think you need to get that weight up off you. I think you should get that weight up off of you because you're limiting yourself in so many different capacities and limiting yourself to so many experiences in life that could be had. And I felt like I was going through that. I didn't feel like I was truly living. You know, for an example, even when it came to love, the guys, you know what I'm saying, face card never declined. I was always cute. I never really had a problem getting men, but it was the kind of men that I was dealing with, the caliber of the men, right? And was I limiting opportunities and things that could be of way by the size that I was in, the type of clothes that I can wear? Because I love me a crop top real bad these days. I really do. But could I have worn a crop top back then? Probably. Would I have felt my most confident or would I have looked my best in that? Probably not. So these are some of the things that like made me want to lose weight, right? And it wasn't a situation where I had low self-esteem because I didn't. My journey and my weight loss was inspired from me being uncomfortable. Okay. I was uncomfortable. Like I told y'all in the last video, my hips would be swinging from seat to seat. You know what I'm saying? Hips just spilling over on the airplane, right? Toilet seat. Some of y'all rocking, shaking them toilet seats, wearing them toilet seats out. Okay? Feeling like I can be myself. Not feeling like I have to be the funny big girl just so people don't see me as being big. Right? And I will say, now that I have lost weight, my personality has, like, at my core self, I'm still me. But in such a way, losing weight almost made me more feminine. And like, those who get it, those who don't, if you didn't catch it, right? Weight loss made me more feminine. It made me more soft. When I was bigger, I wasn't masculine in my opinion, but if you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? Like, I've changed in a lot of different ways, and I feel like for the better. I never want to go back to being uncomfortable like that, being hot, you know, feeling like, can I fit? You know, having to sit in the front seat or the passenger seat because I was too big to be squoze back there with everybody else. It could be 5 or 6 of us, but since I'm the biggest, I got to sit in the passenger seat. I wanted to sit back there with everybody else, but I couldn't because I took up too much room, and you can't have 2 people in the passenger seat. So your quality of life changes once you lose weight. And for me, that is what sparked my journey. I'm so happy that I felt so uncomfortable enough to do something about it, which is why I also want other people to be inspired by that as well. You don't have to stay in that body, y'all. It's so many different ways that you can lose weight, which is why I don't condemn anybody for choosing a different route. If you want to have weight loss surgery, cool. If you want a GLP-1, cool. If you want to try a natural, cool. But don't down somebody else for the way that they decide to lose weight because they want to get healthy. And I feel like that's another reason why it deters people from wanting to even lose weight, because they feel like, I'll be embarrassed because I want to have weight loss surgery. I'll be embarrassed because I want a GLP-1. I'll be embarrassed. You know, most people don't say doing a natural is embarrassing, but like, there's so many different ways to skin a cat. Get that weight up off of you. I knew for me that I wanted better for myself, and my comfortability in life meant that much more to me that I just did not want to be in a bigger body and a bigger shell. And that is what propelled my journey toward weight loss. And I'm never looking back. Never. Ever, 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 ever. I'm never looking back. All right? So make sure you like, subscribe, and just continue. If you can relate to this, cool, but just continue to keep watching. Like, and yeah, that's all I gotta say.